Welcome into We Talk
Oh,
Ball every Thursday night. It's your boy Chris. That's Austin. Hope everybody's had a great week. We got a loaded show. We always do. Hey, while you're here, if you're on YouTube or on Twitter, why don't you do us a big favor? Hit that subscribe button on YouTube. If you're on YouTube, it's probably right under me. Hit the subscribe. Help us out. We have got up to 131 subs. So we are climbing. So y'all help us out. And if you're on X, run over to YouTube real quick. Just hit the sub button for us. Help us out. Austin, how's the week been going?
it's been a week. Um, got a couple sick babies. My oldest spent the night in the emergency room a couple of days ago. Bless her heart, she gets her lungs from her daddy and had some breathing issues. But you know what? We're here. Time for my weekly escape on
It
We
is
Talk
great, ain't it?
Ball. It
Ain't it
really
great?
is. It's
Prayers
just
up
a
to
time.
our girl Savannah, though. Prayers up to our girl Savannah. She is
Yeah.
as somebody that's known her since she was in the belly. She is an amazing kid.
No,
So
absolutely,
sad to
absolutely,
hear about
man.
that. You told me that today.
You you know.
Austin,
You,
oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, you know what I love about this hour that we get every week? You and I had a vision of having a show where it was just me and you talking. I know I'm not supposed to do this in the beginning of the show, but talking shit just like we do when we're on the phone with each other. And when we first started, it wasn't that, but we've gotten better, gotten more comfortable with it, and honestly, that's all it is now.
It's
I
been a
used,
it's been a dream for what, 20 years
yeah.
since we
I'll
since we met.
I'll be honest. I used to do prep and all this, and I know you still do because you're the numbers guy. I don't have to prep anymore because it's just like a phone call with me and you. You
Yep,
know, I it's awesome. So
it is. It is. We're not trying to get too sentimental, but we love what we do, man. We love what we do. Jamal said clearly clearly technology no not an issue for We Talk Ball. If you tuned into last night to Jamal's show, which you can catch on the YouTube channel, Athletes Forum Podcast, another banger. Our boy Jamal's been struggling with old technology. It's been whipping his butt, and I don't mean to trigger him right now by mentioning the bad word, the wheel. He's been doing this really cool segment, kind of inspired by us when we were doing our rankings. He come up with a really great idea. He's got this wheel that spins like you get on the internet or whatever, and he's got all top 25 teams on the wheel. And each week it spins and it picks a team, and he previews that team for the upcoming season. And it's a really cool concept. And the wheel for the last couple of weeks have been whooping his butt. I told him this last night, Austin. I said it's kind of reminding me of what Kirby does in Jacksonville every year.
I was just going to ask him if he named the Will Kirby.
Oh, hey, how about this? I don't know if she's watching. She better be. How about we got a rare Miss CFB Talk appearance in the comment section on Jamal's show last night?
Really?
We did, yeah. Yeah. She
How about
commented.
that?
Yeah, I don't know if she's watching. I don't know if Miss CFB Talk is watching. I sure hope she is because she's my wife. She should be watching. But if she is, maybe hopefully she can grace us with her presence tonight.
Bro, if she watched Jamal's show and doesn't watch your show,
Grounds for divorce. I mean, it's just got to do what we got to do, right?
I mean, sometimes you just gotta make tough
Just gotta do what you
decisions.
gotta do. You gotta make tough decisions. I know she's not watching because my phone and that comment section would have lit up just then.
We'd have heard a door open in the background.
Yeah, come start spear me across the room. Hey, that'd make great for great content and TikTok videos. Laughing my ass off. The wheel is a female. Austin Kirby wasn't an option. All right, so let's.
Wait, Kirby. Oh no, Kirby's our bitch. I was just thinking he was a female. Sorry, that's
There goes the algorithm.
my bad. Let's get into the Saints.
Gotta leave it to
Oh,
Austin. And
my
we always
bad.
thought it was gonna be me that would mess it up.
Yeah, I know. I'm tired this week. I've been staying up late with the sick babies, and my filter's off a little bit. So forgive me.
All right, Austin, let's get into it. We got a loaded show again. We're gonna go spring question marks, man. Spring's in the air. I hear the ball kicking off the kicking tee. I smell the grass. We here in South Georgia, and I know in Macon or Warner Robins, wherever you live, uh, is up in the 80-degree weather. So yeah, I just that's
Till today. I got the jacket on tonight. It's a little
yeah.
chilly tonight, but yeah, it
But
was.
I'm feeling it. Spring is in the air. We've got like so many teams are off on like Florida's going, Texas is going. I think Georgia's about to start. Ohio State just started. So we're gonna go conference by conference. We're gonna talk just what do we want to see this spring. And Austin, I was gonna let you before we let you pick which conference. Our guy Jamal did have a question on Twitter. Is Austin more concerned about the Falcons or the Alabama quarterback battle? Which one you more concerned about?
So when you
Oh,
say
Tua.
when you say concern, Jamal, that would first mean you have to have hopes that you could be a good football team. So the concern goes to Alabama. All right. My Falcons, you know what? I have a friend who works for Mercedes Benz. We get a couple of free tickets every season, which is why we started going to the games because it was free. Which made me a fan. I mean, it's a fun atmosphere. Love going to do the uh doing the swag surf. But yeah, I don't know.
You loved it
And
the
they're
day you went. I know that much.
do what now? Oh
You
yeah.
loved it the day we went.
Yeah, I took Chris to a cupcake game just so he could see the Falcons win and enjoy the atmosphere. They were playing the Cowboys. But anyhow, you,
Which which conference you want to jump into?
you know, I feel like we need to ease into it since you know tonight could go kind of quick. So we'll start with all cupcake conference and
ACC.
start with it. How'd you know what I was talking about? Uh, yeah, let's start with ACC. Let's ease into it. Where you want to start?
I had one written down. I had Georgia Tech. I have a big question on Georgia Tech. My biggest question and what I want it's a new era. Like a whole new era starting at Georgia Tech with Brent Key. How does everything look? Like how does it look without King, who's been the dude for the last couple of years? How does it look when the guy that was supposed to be their future, their quarterback of the future, they've been working to get this guy to be the next guy up, and he bolts for Florida. Not only him, his offensive coordinator bolts for Florida. I mean, you've
Yeah.
got a whole new era down in up there in Atlanta. If you're speaking from where I'm at, so I'm very curious. I'm pretty down on Georgia Tech coming this year, but I'm real curious to see how this looks going into this year in the spring game. Our boy Justice Haynes, new running back. I forgot he was on there. This is what before you. I know you're about to say something. Man, how wild college football is that there is like every time we do a show, I'm reminded of somebody that I had no idea left, and I
It
had no
remind it
clue.
reminds you of the NFL. You ever watch an NFL game? You're like, wait, when did he start playing? What? Like, there's sometimes mid-season I'll see somebody and I'm like, didn't even know he played there anymore.
There may be a
Col-
lot of us that are going to be watching the Ravens this year. Go, I thought they signed Max Crosby. Anything on Georgia Tech? Because the
man,
wife loves
you
Georgia Tech.
no, you hit the nail on the head, and I'm a closet Tech fan. I mean, just being honest. I mean, just because my wife, I guess, and you know, her grandfather graduated from there, and it's just kind of made me like them. Not to mention, I liked what they were doing at Georgia Tech. Um, I don't know if it's a question mark. That's an exclamation point for me right now. Just because, man, I love what they were doing on offense. Um, that defense was already so bad that it was covering up how good that offense was, and now you lost that. Mm,
Yeah, that
I
defense was bad.
I don't know, man. It could be a long season in Atlanta.
I I think we said it on a previous show. I can't remember which one, but I think this will be the start of the end for the Brent Key era. What about I got another one
Fl-
before
I guess Florida couldn't take Georgia down, so they decided to pick on Georgia Tech and destroy them. Your
You
closest,
know, it's
your little
funny
brother.
you mentioned that. I listened to a podcast today, and I would love to know Jamal's thoughts because he's our resident Gator fan. Don't judge him. Don't judge him. He's a great guy. Deep down, he's a good guy. He just has very bad taste in teams. But I was listening to a podcast today, and one of the hosts on the podcast is a guy that went to Florida, graduated from Florida, kind of cut his teeth being a media member covering the Gators. He's now a big national guy, and he's very connected. And he was talking on his show today about how people at Florida won't admit this out loud, but a lot of the way they built that staff, John Summerall, was in mind of beating Georgia. And that was going and getting Buster Faulkner, who has given Georgia problems
Absolutely.
a couple of times. And so, yeah, I'm very, it's funny you said that because I was listening to that today, and I'm very curious to see what Jamal thinks about that with the mindset from Florida. And like I said, he had mentioned on a podcast, Florida will probably never say it out loud, but they're building with the mindset of ending that UGA stuff.
Yeah, but to be fair, I don't disagree with that at all. To be fair though, you build your team to beat Georgia, you're going to beat a lot of other teams as well.
Exactly. That's a great point. Yeah, and people, if you're not a Florida fan, I know Georgia fans probably would do it too. And if you don't like Florida, you're probably going to joke on that. But honestly, that is an amazing point because if you're building your team to beat Georgia, the odds are you're going to beat everybody else because as of
Right.
right now, Georgia's the best team in the SEC. So if you can beat Georgia, you can beat everybody. I mean, I'm not being cocky there. That's just what it is. So smart on the Gators. What about our off-season program as UGA concepts implemented into it? From my understanding, our guy Jamal coming with the heat, with the intel. That's what you get at College Sports Crew. What about the third team in the NFL? North Carolina Tar Heels.
I know you said
Bobby
I know
P
you
and Belichick going to work?
you said you wanted to talk about some teams that we hadn't talked about tonight. I get that, man, but is that even a question mark? I feel like we know, but go ahead. What's your question?
That was it. Like I just want to know is are we going to finally see the 33rd NFL team make its mark in college football? They and Bill Belichick and Bobby Petrino. Oh my God. That
Yeah.
is if we thought it was toxic last year,
yeah.
whole buddy. And if I was Bill Belichick, I would make sure there's no motorcycles near his 20-year-old girlfriend and Bobby P. Just saying. Make sure the motorcycles are gone.
I think the only question mark there would be, does Belichick finish the season? Does he make it through the entire season next year?
Yeah,
That'd be my own that would be my only question mark for them.
Yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and before we move on, let people know my basketball team is currently playing and just made a run. And so if you see me just off the cuff go wild here in a minute, just ignore me. Did you have any teams that intrigued you or any questions before we moved on to another one?
So I know we said we were going to hit on all the big teams, but I am going to hit on one big team, and it's out of the ACC. It's Miami. Okay. Only because it's Mario Cristobal. Last season, I picked them to do well, but outside of that, everybody else called me crazy, said Miami didn't have a chance. They were under the radar and won a bunch of games that nobody thought they would win. Now that Cristobal, that's not the case anymore. You went to a national championship last year, and on paper, your team got better going into this season. So can he win when he's expected to win?
We're gonna do a show. I don't know when. It'll be sometime this offseason. Buy, sell, or hold. And I cannot tell you enough right now how much stock I'm buying in Mario in Miami.
No,
and maybe I'm gonna get bitten because Lord knows Mario's bit my ass so many times.
Absolutely.
But that playoff run, I think we kind of need to come to the fact that Mario. I think we kind of got it wrong. I don't think it's Mario. I don't think Mario has. Well, no, I don't think we have. I think people. Uh, it's not the big games. It's the games that. It's like Louisville, SMU. Like,
Yeah.
what the hell? Jamal asked Miami or the field in the ACC. Honestly, it's Miami. If they don't make it, I mean, I know it doesn't matter. I know conference championship games don't matter. Blah 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 blah. But if they don't make the ACC championship game with what they have coming in with that quarterback, Tony back, Fletcher back, and then also you add in Duke's big time wide receiver that Mensa has a great chemistry with, and
Yep.
the offensive line. Yeah, I get it. You're losing some guys, but look, Mario's got that. Yeah, man, it's going to be a massive disappointment. Not making the ACC title game.
Especially when you look at where the ACC is right now. Like, and this is not me talking smack. This, my favorite saying: "Facts have no feelings." But I mean, who makes a run? Like, I mean, I'm
I don't
just
know
going down
what
the,
I don't know what to
you know,
make of the ACC.
mm-mm. Like,
Other
I just
than,
don't know
I mean,
who makes a run. I think you're gonna see. I think you're gonna see a year like the Big 12 had last year, where a lot of teams just, all right, this team beat this team, but this team beat this team, but this team turned around and lost to this team, kind of thing. And a lot of that middle of the pack just beating up on each other, because nobody, I mean, somebody has to win every game, but nobody's going to be really great. Um, yeah, I don't see anybody that should be able to touch Miami next year.
I don't either. A team that I had number 2 in our power rankings, that is going to be our last question at ACC, SMU. I think what I'm very curious about with SMU this spring is their defense. They lost their DC, who went to the NFL, as you're seeing with a lot of NFL or with a lot of college football guys. They lost everyone on the D line, the secondary. I mean, they loaded up in the portal on that side of the ball, but the secondary was the biggest weakness. And I'm very curious to see how that defense looks in the spring against how that defense looks in the spring.
Yeah.
All right, you want to go to my favorite conference other than the SEC, the Big
You,
12.
you want to?
Let's do it.
All right.
I know we've talked about this team a lot in the last couple of weeks, but to me, I don't think we've approached this angle other than in the regular season. I want to know if Texas Tech's offense is going to get fixed. I'm going to post this on TikTok, and I can already tell you what the comment section is going to look like. People are going to come after me because if you look at the casual stats, the total offense, they look great. But if anybody actually watched Texas Tech, they stalled a lot. They did not convert a lot in the red zone. Their offense was not as good as the total offensive ranking, and it just wasn't. Yeah, they put up a lot of yards. They put up, some points in some games. But when they faced BYU that first time, I think it was 29-7. Like, I remember
Yeah.
we talked about how their offense just continued to stall. And in every big game that they played, it seemed like that was happening. Does Sorsby fix that? Does the OC, I think this is his second year, if I remember correctly. Does he, having another year, does that offense get fixed? Because if Texas Tech can continue to have great defense and get that offense fixed, I do believe Texas Tech, with the money they put in, can be the next Indiana, since we're all looking for the next Indiana.
Yeah. No, I don't disagree with that. I'm a fan of Sorsby coming in there. I think he can do it. But this is a question mark show, and I think that's a big question mark for sure.
Austin, the only other question I had in the Big 12 was who steps up at number 2? Who's that team we come out of the spring and we go, hey, oh yeah, this is the team. I mean, is it BYU again? Is it are we
I
gonna get
think it is.
I think it is too. Or is it gonna be my darling, my love affair for Oklahoma State, Houston, TCU? I that's my biggest
Eh,
question on the Big 12 is
Don't
who.
Arizona State. I'm expecting a
Yeah,
comeback year for them. I don't know. I have high hopes for them. Um, I think the my next question mark, not to keep bouncing around, would be with Utah and how far do they fall?
the new era.
Yeah, like how big I do feel like there's gonna be, and I'm not saying it's not a step back to take two steps forward kind of thing, but there's definitely gonna be a step back this year, right? Like there has to be.
With what Kyle Whittingham took,
Yeah,
with what Kyle Whittingham
it's
took from them, yeah, I
yeah,
expect. I honestly, we said this on the show that I bet you they're going to be highly ranked because of the Utah logo, which is a testament to the job that staff and Kyle Whittingham has done at Utah. That when you see the Utah logo, you just kind of automatically put them in the top 25.
yeah.
That's just who it is.
The only thing, and this is why to me, when I first thought about this, I was like, they may go from third to last. But I do feel like they've been prepping that team and that staff for Whittingham, not to go to Michigan, but
Yeah.
for his retirement and for his exit for some time now. Um, I just don't know that they plan to lose the OC that quick.
No, I don't think so. And they lost some significant contributors to that team. And I
Right.
think, if I remember correctly, they lost their highest rated recruit that they've ever had at the University of Utah to he flipped to Michigan because of Kyle, obviously because Kyle Whittingham left. And yeah, it's going to be fast. The Big 12 as a whole is going to be fascinating. Coach Pops said Oklahoma State's going to make some noise. He's joining the bandwagon with me. Austin likes Sorsby. I like Hoover. There's the CSC Natty. That would be
Eh,
an interesting Natty. Texas Tech
Hey,
versus Indiana.
I ain't betting the 401k on that, Jamal. But if you want to go halves on it, I'll split it with
I
you.
like Hoover more, to be honest with you. But Sorsby, I loved Sorsby at the beginning of the year. And Miss CFB talk, I'm sorry, I'm kind of. She just did a slick handoff there on the Mountain Dew and just was out of here. That was awesome.
Didn't
Uh,
even see it.
didn't even see it. I stuck the hand out, and it was just like, I mean, CFB Miss CFB talks on her game tonight. Um, but yeah, I'm Sorsby. I kind of faded with him at towards the end of the year. I was high on
Yeah.
him in the middle of the year, and then kind of faded. That's why that's the biggest question to me is how does that offense look? Austin, do you have anything else in the Big 12 before we moved on?
No, I don't think so, man. I think the Big 12 as a whole is a question mark because unlike the ACC where we talked about who could step up, like I don't see anybody. But you look at the Big 12 and it's like anybody, anybody could step up and be number two.
Yeah,
Um, so
I
no,
can tell you who it ain't going to be probably. Old Pops just asked us a question. Ain't going to be old
yeah,
prime time. I can tell you that. Man,
no,
I love. Listen, me and Austin are both very rare. It's almost like finding I don't know, finding one of those rare things in life that you don't find very often. How about people that don't complain? It's like finding that. Me and Austin is one of those very rare people that loved Coach Prime. We both Austin's a Falcons fan. I'm a Cowboys fan. We constantly fight about who Dion really is, a Cowboy or a Falcon. He's a Cowboy. And so we love prime time, but I'm sorry. I think prime time's it's ending. It's ending.
yeah, man. I hate when things like this happen to great. And I go out there and say Primetime was a great coach. He took some really small programs
He
and put
did.
them on the map.
Jackson State, yeah.
Like he did great at Jackson State, and he had Colorado going that way. I think he had, I think the health issues had something to do with it. I do think his son leaving, I think he lost a little passion for it myself. But I hope this doesn't tarnish, his name and his brand, any more than it already has, because I mean, he's still
Knowing
one of
prime
the
time, he won't let it. he'll he'll go venture into something else after coaching, and he'll be back. He'll be back. All right, let's go into the Big Ten, the conference that loves to apparently not have rules in college football. Um, if you know, you know. Anyway, USC, man, can the defense? Can we finally? I want to see this spring. Can we finally get a legit defense under Lincoln Riley, which has been Lincoln Riley's problem since God, since he's been coaching as a head coach.
yeah.
It almost seems like if we were doing this show, if we have been doing this show for several years, I feel like that's probably a question we would be asking every spring. That's my question, man. I thought Lynn, Deontay Lynn, I think his name is, the DC that went to Penn State. I thought he did okay. I don't think
Yeah.
he did great. They still had I mean, hell, their losses last year, Illinois, Notre Dame, and Oregon, they all scored 30 plus. And if you remember right, Illinois gashed them in the run game. They could not stop the run last year to save their lives. Jeremiah Love, which I get it, Love gashed everybody. But you're USC, man. This is USC. This
Yeah.
our formative years in college football, me and you, Austin, was the Pete Carroll era. I remember that's when me and you were getting into college football, was that Pete Carroll era. So our introduction to college football was USC, and those defense, under no circumstances should there not be good defenses at USC. And I just want to kind of see how that goes. I mean, they hired Gary Patterson. It's an odd fit.
Yeah.
It's an odd fit.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I don't know. It does. I mean, as a fan, it feels like this better be the year they get it right. Um,
This is the year they've been
but
building for.
yeah, I mean, this feels, and honestly, it felt like they were that close last year. I will say, if I were buying or selling, I don't know what their, I don't know what their ceiling is. I don't think it's national championship. Um,
Yeah.
but it does feel like this team is going to be somewhere there at the end this year.
It does. It does have that feel to it. And my only like I said, the defense is the question. I think Gary Patterson. I think if you know football, you know Gary Patterson and defense and what he done for defensive football back in his TCU days. He was the standard. He did a lot of really cool things. He introduced some cool things into to the defensive scheme more. Uh, but I just don't know if he's that same guy. Could you imagine though, Gary Patterson, knowing him like as we've known him as college football fans, hanging out in Los Angeles?
Yeah, it feels weird.
Lincoln Riley, when he left Oklahoma to go to LA, I was like, I get that.
Yeah, I can see it.
Pretty boy, LA guy. I get it. I get it. I
Yeah,
know he's from Texas, but Lincoln Riley's always had that demeanor of like, yeah, this is who I am. I'm a LA guy. Jamal
yeah.
brings it for this is Lincoln's Matt Patricia hire.
Mm,
I mean, we all mocked the Matt Patricia hired, and now the guy's the highest paid DC in the country after last year, which he did a phenomenal job.
yeah,
So I'm now gotten a lot more hesitant on hires now because I got kind of burned last year on a couple of them. Like the Matt Patricia one, I got really burned, really
yeah.
burned.
To be fair, that defense has some dudes on it. Like
It did.
I I feel like we could have gone and coached that defense and been top 10. Um,
I don't know, man. See me on that NCAA sticks, and it's not pretty. I have to let the computer sim the defense. If you know, you know. If you play NCAA, you know what I'm talking about. I play offense only. I'm Steve Spurrier on the sticks, but I'm Georgia Tech's DC on the sticks on defense, man. It's bad. It's bad. It's bad. But
yeah.
you know what else? I got another one. Speaking of Ohio State, Arthur Smith. I know, listen, I'm not going to get this answered in the spring. I get it because spring game's very vanilla. You're not going to show a lot. But I am so fascinated by this hire. I'm fascinated by this offense. Ryan Day, since he's hired Chip Kelly, I think Ryan Day's been building and trying to build towards bully ball. And which I think is the correct thing. I think Ryan Day, since he's hired Chip Kelly and now he's hired and then he took over play calling last year and now he's getting Arthur Smith. I'm starting to see a trend that he is trying to get to a point where his offense is more physical, more bully ball. And I mean, if
He's trying
that's
to
where you're going, huh?
he's trying to match up with Michigan.
I think so. I really do. And I think it's the right call. I think it's the right call. And I think when I heard him hire Arthur Smith, at first I wanted to snicker a little bit like I did with Matt Patricia. But if that's what he's trying to do, I really actually love this hire. And I'm very intrigued by it because Arthur Smith, make your jokes, that's fine. But, if we're just talking strictly the run game, he does a lot of really good things in the run game. If you go back to his Tennessee Titans day, he's a lot of pre-snap motion, condensed formations, 12 personnel, which is two tight ends. I'm gonna let the coaches do that. Coach Pop tell me. I know it's two tight ends, but it's two tight ends. I think it's one running back, two something like that. Anyway, and he mixes it a lot in his run scheme. And to me, like I don't know, I was thinking about it today when we were prepping the show. The thought of Arthur Smith's run game mixed with Ryan Day's passing scheme, it's kind of got me hyped. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah. So here's what I'm gonna say. Um, I agree with you as a realist and as somebody who knows how college football is. The fan in me says, here's what I'm trying to say. That offense last year, I felt like could have gone. I felt like it wanted to go, go, go. And they slowed it down at times and it stalled out. And because they were trying to, play smash mouth. And I don't think that offense was designed fully to be that yet. Now, if they are trying to get to that, yes, I think it is sustainable for the future. But I think you're gonna, you've got to transition into that. And the fan in me says, well, you're Ohio State. You ain't got time for a transition year or two. Um, because the expectation is to win every year. So I agree with you. I guess I don't know. That offense last year was not it was very
Yeah,
boring. It was very boring to watch. Um and I love an effective boring defense, but at times it felt like it became ineffective.
yeah,
Not effective boring offense, but at
yeah,
times it became ineffective. And that may just be because they weren't fully they're working on getting to that point. It's kind of
yeah.
like
He's
what it's kind of like when Nick Saban built our defenses to, that we used to go big, 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 big. Well, then all of a sudden these offenses would spread you out and got fast. So, we went a little smaller with the linebackers and, just tried to get faster. There was some transition years there where, it just wasn't the same kind of defense, but, it caught up with the times. So I don't know. I'm intrigued by it. I'm curious to see how, what happens, but I do think he's doing that to try to match up with
oh yeah.
Michigan because
He's
that's
trying to,
that's
yeah, he's been trying to do that for, I mean, since he hired Chip Kelly. Since yeah, the way Michigan's beat them the last couple of years, which they won last year, but they were
they
beating
did.
them with a physical style of football, and I think Ryan Day rightfully is trying to get to that. And I think Sarkisian's trying to get to that now after Georgia's the way they've beaten them the last couple of years. I think Sarkisian's doing the same thing. Nebraska. Before we move on to the SEC, I'm not going to attempt to say whole dude's last name, but my biggest question mark is quarterback. Can the Anthony kid from UNLV possibly be better than Dylan Raiola? That's my question because I don't think it's no secret if you've watched our show. I'm not a big Dylan Raiola guy. I don't see the hype. I don't see it. I've not seen it. I had the privilege to watch him in high school being in Georgia because he moved to Georgia. to play 1 year at Buford. If you live in Georgia, you know who Buford is. It's a college football program in high school. They dress like they're in high school, but it's college football basically. Um,
Absolutely.
but he was kind of at Buford. I wasn't that impressed with him, and I just ain't been on that train ever since. And but the reason why I'm curious about this is because I really do think this quarterback has a shot to be a better fit in Dana Holgerson's offense because he's very mobile. Dylan Raiola is not mobile. I'm at 40 more mobile than Dylan Raiola. I'm more mobile than him. I guarantee I may run a faster 40 than Dylan Raiola. The Athletes Forum podcast helped me. Anthony Calandria. No, Drea.
Calandria.
Listen, guys, I have basic high school diploma. That's it. When we get paid by YouTube, I will start to learn this stuff. I do think he's a good fit.
Hey, the only way we can do that is for all you watching out there. Go to YouTube right now, like and subscribe at College Sports Crew.
Let's help Chris become smarter. Help Chris become smarter. Know how to pronounce names. God, I wish people would just. What's wrong with just a basic name?
That's his last name, man. He didn't get to pick that.
Oh, I don't know.
Come on.
Go back to the first generation of them and figure it out. I don't know. It's crazy.
But before we move on, my last question mark in the Big Ten is just I guess my question marks revolve around Kyle Whittingham because I want to know how far Utah falls. How big I mean, Michigan wasn't far off last year. How good can they be? How good can they be? Like, what is their ceiling this year? Is it winning the Big Ten?
I think, and I know Pops. Sorry, Pop got me in the comments. Do it for our special needs guy. Yes, please help me. Help me.
We can't afford Hooked on Phonics right now. So,
we are not clipping these. I do think their ceiling is Big Ten. I really do. I think if Bryce Underwood takes that step, man, come on. If you watch this show, I'm a Bryce Underwood guy. I've been one since his high school days. I'm not giving up on him yet, and I'm a little biased towards him. If he reaches the potential, I think he can, and he does it in that Jason Beck offense. To me, that's very quarterback friendly and uses his legs. That was the most disappointing part about Michigan last year. They did not use the old boy's legs. And if you go watch his high school highlights, I mean, he's a fast dude. He's like uses his freaking legs. It makes no sense. But yeah, and like Pops, I knew he would comment because he's just like me. He's very high, and you are too, Austin. He's very high.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Underwood. So yeah, I think if that all clicks, I think the Michigan could absolutely go to the Big Ten championship game.
Yeah. No, I agree. It's just I'm with you on Underwood's legs, man. I think sometimes these kids, all you hear, coming out of high school or, even in college is, oh, he can't pass. All he can do is run, and I think that gets in their head sometimes as a kid. It's like, I want to prove that I can pass.
Yeah.
But sometimes you can't pass. Maybe you should use your legs, and I think that holds them back some. I think it holds them back sometimes. It just, I don't know, man. A mobile quarterback that can pass just makes it. I mean, it's like having an extra player on the field.
Yeah, and why not use it? Like, I mean, Michigan.
Yeah,
it was very odd. The SEC. Let's piss off somebody on TikTok. The best conference in college football. That could be a dangerous team next year. Yeah, we agree, Pops. Vandy. I am very, very interested to see this new era at Vandy this spring. I'm very curious to watch the spring game if they have one. God, I hope so. I can't wait to read practice reports, what Vandy media says about how they look. because after 20 years in college, the Diego era is over. It's done and over with. And if you're in that opinion, and I'm kind of leaning this way, if you're in that opinion that it's more Diego and Eli Stowers than it was Clark Lee,
Yep.
then I would envision you're going to be interested to see how this looks. Where they're probably going to be starting a true freshman quarterback. Now, granted, a very very talented true freshman quarterback, 5-star Jared Curtis. Yeah, I think to me, I'm very fascinated. Will by the time spring ends, will we have that answer? Will we go? Yeah, man,
No.
it's the Clark Lee and Vandy's about to go back down a notch.
Yeah. First off, before I start talking about Vandy, thank you. I wanted you to remove that dangerous team comment so that nobody thought we were talking about Vandy. Um, yeah, I don't know, man. If Vandy wins, hell, I'll say 8 or 9 games next year, I'll have to reevaluate my top 25 coaches again.
Yeah, yeah,
That's the best way I can say it. Right
yeah.
now, Clark Lee probably wouldn't be in there. Um, I mean, I hadn't done it yet, but just thinking out loud, probably not. Um, if he takes Vandy back to 8 or 9 wins, with everything he's lost, then
I mean,
all
yeah,
power
maybe
to
coach of
him.
the
Yeah,
year.
yeah, no, absolutely.
Maybe coach of the year. Hey, while you're here, we're about to actually end it here in just a little bit. We got one more team, or at least I do, and then Austin, if he has any more, go hit that subscribe button at College Sports Crew on YouTube. It's right in between me and Austin, right there. We also have a TikTok where we have over 1,000 followers. We post a lot of our clips. Sometimes we go live. You may see my face, you may see Coach Pops. So anybody can just pop in and do a live, so you can get some bonus content over there. And that's College Sports Crew also. And hey, go hit us up on X. We post a lot of clips there, and a lot of things on there. It's at College Crew. So yeah, y'all go give us a follow. Go hit that sub. I'm trying to remember what Jamal says. I was gonna try to say what he says, tell a friend or something. I can't remember. He's gonna have to put it in the chat. He always says that on his show, and I like it. But Tennessee, good old Rocky Top. Jim Knowles and this defense. Number one, this defense was so bad last year, not because of Jim Knowles. He wasn't there. And its losses 45, 33, 37, and 44 points.
Yep.
It's got to get fixed. And I'm very curious to hear what we hear or see. Do we hear, about Jim Knowles in the spring and the defense? I've kind of cooled on Jim Knowles. I think we talked about that. I've cooled on him. I've heard some things. I'm not. I've heard some things. Number one, his defense super complicated. That concerns me. Anytime I hear super complicated in college football, I get concerned. Another
Especially in
thing,
Tennessee.
yeah, yeah, yeah. You and Jamal share something in common here because he hates
Yeah.
Tennessee just like you do. That concerns me. What also concerns me is, when he left Ohio State, Ohio State wasn't begging. They didn't really try. And listen, I'm not talking down on Penn State. I want to make that clear. But if Ohio State wants to keep you, Ohio State's going to keep you. Unless you're going for a head coach. That's just plain and simple. That's just facts. I'm sorry. That's not an opinion. That's just facts. If Ohio State
Yeah.
wants to keep you, they're going to keep you. Just like Georgia, Alabama, LSU, Florida. If they want to keep you, they're going to keep you. And
Yep.
Ryan Day and Ohio State didn't really try. I mean, they kind of like, all right, man, peace out. See you. You can't even come to the celebration for the national championship. Like, you good. And I've heard some rumblings that Jim Knowles is a pretty hard guy to work for, or to work with. From what I've understood, he's a guy that he wants the head coach to, hey, leave me alone. You go
Yeah.
do your thing. I'm gonna do my thing. And I don't know if Josh Heupel was that kind of guy. So I'm very fascinated. That defense has got to get fixed, and I'm not sure I like this fit with Jim Knowles and that defense.
Yeah, I mean, it does come down to fit. Um, Tennessee, I mean, they had to do something, right?
Yeah,
And kudos to them. I mean, I think it's a chance. Sorry, Georgia threw up a prayer. I thought they were about to tie it up, but they missed it. Um,
thanks.
but anyhow, they had to do something, and I think that was as big as they probably could have done to at least take a chance at it. I'm with you. It does feel weird. We talk about this a lot. Just feels wrong. You know. So that's a great question mark, and I don't think we'll know anything until we see it on the field in the fall.
Yeah,
I don't
I
I
don't
don't
think
think
we're
I
anything.
don't think we'll know anything in the spring
What I do
from
like
that.
about what he's done is he did bring some Penn State guys with him, so maybe those guys obviously had a year in his system. And if you do follow Jim Knowles, you do know that year two he does make a big jump when he's had about the second year. Sorry, our guy Adam, that's on the college sports crew team, just texted me and threw me off. Our guy Adam apparently did a very stupid thing today and bet on UGA basketball. What the hell he was thinking, I don't know. And
Mm.
he's sending me some angry texts. Uh, for one, I would always recommend anybody never bet on Georgia basketball, and I'm a Georgia fan. So yeah. You had any other question marks for the SEC before we get out of here?
I mean, I got a lot of them, but we could sit here and talk about every team in SEC. So,
We really could.
um,
I was trying not to
no,
overdo it with the SEC because we get accused of being SEC homers. Did he really miss
yeah,
those two free throws?
I think so.
You want to make the show even better? I'm about to throw my effing TV.
Don't do that.
Fuck.
uh, anyhow, no, I mean, just because everybody knows we're fans, I'll bring up Bama. Um, I think the question mark is Ryan Grubb, and there's a lot of Bama fans that are putting all this on Grubb, and I'm like, I mean, I don't see how that is the case, but I mean, sounds like that's what they're putting the blame. So, he's got a lot to prove this year, and obviously the offensive line and what that's going to look like. But um,
Let's end
other
on
than
this because
yep,
Jamal asked this question on Twitter. I had my iPad sitting right here to ask Jamal's questions because he blew us up and asked us like 8 of them, and I missed several of them forgetting to ask. So I'll go to the SEC ones. I'll ask one of them. Cam and Arch, where they live up to the hype, and then we'll end on that.
yeah,
Think so.
yeah, I,
Cam Coleman, I've said this, and people get
and
it
I
twisted and think that I'm comparing the dude to Jeremiah Smith. Let me make clear. Jeremiah Smith's the best wide receiver in college football. All I've ever said is I'm so high on Cam Coleman, I think he can be. And please listen to me when I say this, for when I clip this on Twitter and you ding dongs come after me. I think Cam Coleman can be 1B to Jeremiah Smith. That's how high I am on him.
yeah, I think they can live up to the hype, but it will be because Coleman.
I can't
I
believe
think
we
I
lost.
think he's that good.
Who cares? Who cares about life anymore right now? Like, what is life?
uh,
13 and 19 Ole Miss team. Look, we're at 49 minutes. So if you're still watching at 49 minutes, God bless you. We love you. But yeah, what the hell? It's Georgia basketball, man. They suck me in every freaking time. And I fall for it and get hyped just to let me down. It's
mm.
Jesus
Give me-
Christ.
Can I make you feel a little better?
Sure.
Duke just beat Florida State by one.
I wish
They
I could
were
tell you to make me feel better,
Duke,
but it
Duke
doesn't.
Duke was losing to Florida State by 9 at one point.
What will make me feel better is Florida losing in the first round of the March Madness tournament.
Dang,
Yeah, sorry, Jamal, but it will make me better.
you're not
I was
sorry.
so hyped,
Don't.
dude. I was
That's
so hyped.
you
Coach
telling Jamal
Fox,
you're sorry is like when you send a text that was kind of mean and you just end it with LOL just to soften the blow, but you really meant it. That's what that sorry Jamal meant. You wasn't sorry for that comment at all.
I mean, I'm just so sick of getting so hyped for this basketball program. And then I watched our guys on the Veterans Sports Voice podcast, and I asked them a question in the chat: how far can these dogs go? And I get it; it's the SEC tournament; it doesn't affect us. We're going to go to March, could still make a run. But Pops hyped me up last night. He talked about how this team could get to the Sweet 16, and possibly beat Miss CFB's team. In UConn, because right now we're in that bracket if it stays. And then I talked to a guy the other day that's big into UGA basketball, and he knows his stuff, and he was telling me like if everything clicks, he could see Elite 8. So I was getting so hyped, and then we lost to effing 13 and 19 team. What the hell are we doing? But Jamal said my life would be over, especially if we get one seed. Tonight when I go to bed and I say my bedtime prayers, I'm gonna get on my knees and go and pray at the end of the bed for a Florida 1 seed loss.
Wow.
I am.
Wow. Hey, Florida does live rent free in his head, Jamal. I'm talking about lives rent free.
I'm not ashamed to admit that. Hell no, I'm not ashamed. Do you know how many years I had to watch Steve Spurrier? When I got into college football with Steve Spurrier and then the Urban Meyer years, man, you damn right. They live rent free in my head. All right, on that note, screw the Gators, go Dogs. Y'all come join us next week. We're going to get into some coaching stuff, man. We're doing hot seat, right, Austin? Is that what you said? No, coordinator.
No, coordinators next week.
Coordinators? Is that what you said?
Coordinators.
Are you gaslighting me again?
Nope. Because I told you we should do the hot seat followed by the top 25.
You did. I wrote it down. All right. You didn't gaslight me. You usually do, but all right. On that note, we're going to end it. We love you guys. Thank you for watching. It's going to be an awesome tournament. Oh, before we go, this Sunday, me, Pops, and to be determined on other guests, we'll be doing a college basketball selection show on Sunday. It starts at 6 p.m. We'll probably come on about 10 to 15 minutes early, just kind of shoot the shit, talk ball. Hopefully we get some other people to come on, because if Pops is relying on me on my college basketball expertise, it will probably be our least watched show ever. So, but I want to be on there because it's going to be fun. So come join us Sunday. We'll be there for a special selection show Sunday, and we'll see y'all next week on We Talk Ball. Peace, guys.
See ya.